Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about elections in the state of UP. UP has got a major chunk when it comes to the number of seats, and about 80 are there, and whoever wins, whichever party wins in UP, that will make an impact at the national level. Keeping that in mind, this editorial has been written. Let us start the session with the question, what is this editorial about? This editorial provides an overview of the political landscape in Uttar Pradesh, a crucial battleground state in Indian national politics. As I said, good morning. As I said, it is about elections in the state of UP, and this UP battleground. Elections, we say fight, war, battleground. UP elections play a role when it comes to national politics. But before I go to the meaning of the words, meaning of the sentence, there are some words you have to learn. What is the first one here? Overview. When you take the word overview, that means complete picture. You have to recollect 360 degrees view, one expression. Bird's eye view, another expression. Panoramic view, panoramic view, another expression. These words are very important. One is 360 degrees, complete picture, and also panoramic, complete picture. Bird's eye view. When a bird sees, especially eagle or hawk, it gets a complete picture. That is known as overview. Overview of what? Political landscape. Generally, the word landscape used by painters and photographers. When a painter goes to a hill station, he or she has a look, sees a beautiful thing, whatever the eye catches, that is known as landscape. And when a person goes to a beach, he has a clear picture, that is known as seascape. But here it means the field. And there's one word used before the word landscape. Political landscape means that different parties contesting and the different alliances, coalition, and everything considered from elections point of view, that is known as political landscape. In UP, a crucial battleground. Crucial means important. Battleground, wherever elections take place, that is a battleground in Indian national politics. What is the tone of the editorial? The tone of the editorial is analytical and objective. If you remember, we got these words yesterday also. These two words are very important because sometimes in the exam, they may ask you to present an objective view. Objective view, you have to understand what it means. Subjective, one word. I don't mind writing again. Subjective view means personal. And what is the word used here? Objective. Objective means based on facts. Based on facts and figures, you present a view. That is known as objective. Based on your personal opinion, you present something that is known as subjective. Let us see how the editorial starts. The big fight. Election means a fight, obviously. Why a big fight? Because it has 80 constituencies, 80 Lok Sabha seats. That is a major chunk. And based on that, the editorial starts with elections means fight. It's not a small fight, a big fight. On battleground Uttar Pradesh, whenever there is a fight, whenever there is a war, we need a battleground where the war is fought. And what is a battleground in this context? The state of Uttar Pradesh is a battleground, and it is a big fight when it comes to elections. But what is the main idea of this editorial? UP is critical. First I'll read the sentence, then we'll go to important words. UP is critical as a battleground at the national level. UP is critical. Critical has two or three meanings. One meaning in this context of the greatest importance to the way things might happen. In a simple way, critical means what? Important. But critical also means every day when I talk about the tone of the editorial, I use the word critical. Means what? Criticizing. But another meaning, critical means serious. Critical means what? Serious. Tone of the editorial critical, what does it mean? Criticizing the negative shades or negative dimensions of a particular incident or event. And critical, important, another meaning. What is the third meaning of critical? Serious. Example, imagine there is a patient. We ask the question, how is that patient? How is his condition? His condition is critical. Means what? Serious. That is a different meaning altogether. Here, important. UP is important as a battleground. Here, battleground means a place where elections are being fought. UP is critical as a battleground at the national level. Why is it important as a battleground at the national level? The reason for that, there are 80 Lok Sabha seats. Whichever party wins elections in the state of UP, it is going to make an impact at the national level, and that particular party will be able to play a crucial role when it comes to deciding policies, whatever it is. That way, at the national level, very important. Good morning, a little late. With 80 Lok Sabha seats, so what is the number of seats? Uttar Pradesh, 80. 80 is a major thing, a major chunk. With 80 Lok Sabha seats, Uttar Pradesh is critical in all political calculations. At the time of elections, you come across political calculations, and these political calculations could be of different dimensions. Whatever dimension you take, all the political calculations you consider, one thing stands out. What is it? UP state is critical or important, crucial. With 80 Lok Sabha seats, UP is critical in all political calculations, and more so. There's one expression here, more so. That means what? When it comes to a particular party, it is more important. More so for the BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party, which on its own, that's an important expression. You do it on your own. Means what? Without anyone's support. It has been done on its own, without anyone's support. The party has won so many seats on its own, did not take any other support of any other party. He has to do it on his own. This is an important expression you have to remember. On its own, won 71 seats from the state in 2014 and 62 in 2019. Though the number came down substantial, 71 came down to 62. Out of 80, 62 still substantial, major chunk. It talks about the state is important from any political calculations point of view, and it is important especially more so for the BJP, and the BJP won these many seats in the past. Before I go to the actual editorial, the moment you read the editorial, see, when you read the editorial, you have a quick glance. That is known as skimming. First, you have to go for skimming. Then you have to go for scanning. These two words, these two techniques you have to use when you try to read a particular editorial. When you take the editorial, you have a quick look looking at the important words and going through quickly just to get an idea what it is about. And when you go through this particular editorial, you get an idea that it is about elections in the state of UP. Then immediately you have to guess the framework. Any editorial that writes about elections in a particular state, what are the aspects that editorial going to touch? It touches the number of seats, either assembly or Lok Sabha, and also it talks about the major political parties. Based on small parties, big parties, groups are formed. It talks about those groups, alliances and coalition. It talks about how many seats these parties won in the past, how many seats they are likely to win, what are their targets. Then it talks about on what basis they won in the past, on what basis they want to win this time, the political manifesto, the party manifesto, the strategies, all these things, and what are the various factors that play a role when it comes to coalition or alliance, factors like caste, religion, all these. And finally, it may talk about the two major things. because this state, elections of this state, the elections make an impact at the national level. The ruling party, the opposition party. For the opposition party to play a role, how many seats it has to win, this is a broad framework. This editorial also takes us in the same direction. With 80 Lok Sabha seats, Uttar Pradesh is critical in all political calculations, and more so for the Bharatiya Janata Party, which on its own won 71 seats from the state in 2014 and 62 in 2019. Now it talks about the groups. Front means group. Fronts led by the BJP and the Samajwad Party. Broadly, there are two groups, one led by the BJP party, the other led by Samajwadi Party. Fronts led by the BJP and the Samajwadi Party SP are the principal poles. Here, pole don't take the literal meaning. Here, pole means a principal group. Principal groups are important groups, two in number in this context. What are the two? One group led by the BJP, the other group led by the Samajwadi Party. In the election spread over all 7 phases, these general elections not conducted on a particular day. There are stages, phases. How many phases? 7 phases spread over. That's an important expression. All 7 phases. The Bahujan Samaj Party BSP. As I said, in elections in any state, usually we come across two major parties and two major groups. But sometimes what happens, a particular party in the past a major party, but right now not in that good a situation, it may contest alone or it may form a different group. In this context, a particular party, the leader of that particular party was the CM for 4 times, Chief Minister of UP 4 times, who is at Mayawati. That particular party has decided not to join hands with anyone, decided to contest alone. This sentence talks about that. The Bahujan Samaj Party BSP led by 4-time UP Chief Minister. 4-time UP Chief Minister, not a small thing. Mayawati is going solo even as it battles decline. There are two important words here. One is solo. Solo means what? Going alone, done by one person, in this context, one party. Imagine a particular person tries something, a venture, endeavor, on all alone. Then we say he is going solo. Solo fight. Here, solo fight, only one party. Second word, decline. We have got this word many a time. Decline means something is good initially, but slowly it goes down. And this good going down, we use the word decline. When you learn English, you have to learn the word, the part of speech, the meaning. Level 1, lower level. But exam point of view, higher level, you have to learn the word forms, word combinations, word usage, synonyms, antonyms. Here, word combinations, declining numbers, declining standards, declining quality. Here, something is declining. The popularity, you can say, the numbers, you can say. The Bahujan Samaj Party, led by 4-time UP Chief Minister Mayawati, is going solo even as it battles decline. It is not going to fight in the real sense. The reasons provided at a later stage. The All India Majlis Ittehadul Muslimin AIMIM is trying to make its presence felt. He is trying, which tense is that? Present continuous tense. He is trying to do what? Make its presence felt. This is an important expression for two reasons. Make its presence felt. He is trying to make his presence felt. She is trying to make her presence felt. That means they want someone to recognize them. In this context, the party wants to be recognized. That is one reason, an important expression, an important phrase. But besides that, there is one word here which is very important from the exam point of view. What is it? Its. Its is a possessive pronoun. There is an important rule that goes with possessive pronouns. What is it? Possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe. A common error when it comes to letter writing. A lot of people write yours truly. Here, YOUR apostrophe S truly. Is this right or wrong? It is wrong. You have to write this way. without any apostrophe. Yours truly. Why? There is a rule. What is that rule? Possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe. If you make that mistake in the exam, when it comes to letter writing, you will lose 2 marks straight away. 2 marks. Murli, very good. I appreciate. Wrong. That you have to recollect. Trying to make its presence felt in alliance with. How in alliance with? Alliance means a union or association formed for mutual benefit. In this context, usually it goes with countries, organizations, they join hands for mutual benefit. But in this context, two parties join hands, they form a group that is known as, we say, they have alliance with that particular party. We also use the word coalition. Coalition goes more with government. Two, three parties join hands, they form a group, they form the government. Then we use the word coalition government. Trying to make its presence felt in alliance with another regional outfit. Here, outfit also means a particular party or a particular group. Several sub-regional outfits means either parties or groups. When we talk about national level politics, national, then we talk about regional. Below regional, what do we have? Sub-regional. Several sub-regional outfits that largely draw their support from a single caste group in a confined area are vying for autonomous space in alliances with other parties. There are some important words over here. What is the first one? Vying for. I'll give the meanings of the words, then I will talk about the sentence. Here, vie. What is the verb form? VIE. That is a present form you take. What is a present participle form? Vying. If you want to remember, recollect the verb lie. LIEVIE. And what is a present participle form? Lying. LYING. These are very important. Why, vying, lie, lying. Why means to compete. Compete eagerly with someone in order to do or achieve something. And autonomous means having the right or power of self-government. To be independent. There is one combination, autonomous body. Autonomous body means what? To be independent, not under anyone's control. It talks about several sub-regional outfits that largely draw the support from a single caste group. There are some small parties, small groups, and what is the support they have, or where do they get the support from? Based on one particular factor, that is caste factor. From a single caste group in a confined area. Confined means restricted. If they go out of that area, no one knows about that party, no one knows about that particular group. In alliances with what are they trying to do? They are vying for autonomous space. They are competing for independent space in alliances with other parties. That's how they want to get it. The BJP-led National Democratic Alliance got a shot in the arm. Get a shot in the arm, got a shot in the arm. An important expression means some positive development. Here, something that has a sudden, strong, positive effect on something. It means it has a positive connotation. Imagine I'm working on a particular project. Suddenly I get some positive information. Then I say, I got that information as a shot in the arm. Means some positive development. That's an important idiom you have to remember. The BJP-led National Democratic Alliance NDA got a shot in the arm with, how did it get a shot in the arm? With the induction of the Rashtriya Lokdal RLD, which commands a considerable following among the agrarian Jat community in western UP that had been agitated against the centre's farm laws. The BJP-led NDA has got a shot in the arm. How did it get, how has it got a shot in the arm? With the induction of the Rashtriya Lokdal. There's one important word here, induction. I usually, to give the meaning of this particular word, I tell students from their point of view. You're all preparing for competitive exams, and some of you will definitely get the job sooner or later. And once you get the job, you go to either a bank or a government office. The very first day, someone receives you, and he or she will introduce your colleagues, will talk about your responsibilities. The whole process is called induction. Induction means taking someone into a particular organization, and here induction of a particular party into that NDA group. Induction of the Rashtriya Lokdal, which commands a considerable following. Commands means in a way to get. It gets a considerable following among the agrarian Jat community. If you take UP, Punjab, and so many states, western states, Jat community a major community, and this particular party has the support of agrarian Jat community. There's one important word here, agrarian. Imagine someone depends on agriculture, someone is a farmer. Introduction you can say Murli, very good. And then we use the word agrarian. Agrarian community means depending on farming, depending on agriculture. They have the support of the agrarian Jat community in western UP that had been agitated. It is in past perfect passive voice against the center's farm laws. There is one word here, agitated, means what? Feeling or appearing troubled or nervous. But actually, in this context, agitated, you have to take the word disturbed. And you all know the expression farmers' agitation means protest, another meaning altogether. Editorial talks about small parties and how they have formed alliances, whether with the BJP or the Samajwadi Party. 2-3 sentences about small parties. The Apna Dal Sonela led by Anupriya Patel, Suheldev Bharatiya Samaj Party SBSP led by Om Prakash Rajbhar, and Nirbal Indian Shoshit Hamara Amdal Nishad Party of Sanjay Nishad, or other platforms that enable the BJP's outreach to specific subaltern communities. All these groups or all these outfits, they have joined hands with the BJP, and in that process they have enabled the BJP. Enable means to make something happen. Enable the BJP to reach more communities. That enable the BJP's outreach. Outreach means to be able to reach a lot of people. Enable the BJP's outreach to specific subaltern communities. There is one important word here, subaltern. Subaltern means part of speech adjective of lower status. I usually tell students when it comes to descriptive English, essay writing, you have to use power words. If you take any society, we have 3 groups. Some people at the low level, some at the middle level, some at the top position. And the low level, the bottom rung of the society, we use words like downtrodden people, underprivileged people, backward communities, marginalized communities. And we have got a new word for the first time, subaltern communities. I have been doing the analysis. I have never come across this word. This is for the first time I have come across. That means it is an important word, subaltern. Taking the support of all those parties, the BJP is able to reach those communities. Now it talks about the other group. One group led by the BJP, the other group led by Samajwadi Party and Congress. The SP and the Congress, which are constituents of the India bloc, have roped in present perfect, but rope in is a phrasal verb. Rope in an expert, rope in a particular group means what? Take the help of that particular group. Rope in, to have a tie-up. Roped in the Mahandal led by Keshav Dev Maurya. This is an outfit, means a particular group or party. The outfit enjoys the support of some sections of other backward classes such as Mauryas, Shakyas, Kushwahas in central and eastern Uttar Pradesh. The broader rainbow coalition that the SP formed with multiple sub-regional parties in the 2022 assembly polls is missing this time, and 2 of its former allies, the SBSP and the RLD, have crossed over to the NDA. This talks about what was the scene way back in 2022 assembly polls. Samajwadi Party roped in small parties. They formed a group, and because those small parties, different ideologies, different shades, different hues, the writer has used broader rainbow coalition. Rainbow in the sense the seven colors means seven ideologies, different ideologies. The broader rainbow coalition that the Samajwadi Party formed with multiple sub-regional parties in 2022 assembly polls is missing this time. This time that coalition, rainbow coalition is missing. One of the reasons, two of its former allies, the SB, and the RLD, have crossed over to the NDA. Have crossed over, present perfect active voice, and crossover means in this context to jump from one party to another party. It is nothing but political defection. Crossed over to the NDA. There is one important word over here you have to focus on. Former has coalition is subject of sentence. Very good. Here, former one meaning. Former president. What does it mean? What are the terms we use? Present or incumbent president and former president. Everyone knows this meaning. But if you take the word former, first in position, first in position. Another word, important word, latter. Second in position. These two words are very important when it comes to learning a few grammar rules. What are the two words here? Former, latter, not later, latter. Former means first in position. Second in position, latter. And these are this is the comparative form, double T, not single T. That is important from the exam point of view. But coming to this, it talks about 2022 assembly polls, something missing, a rainbow coalition missing. Not only that, two of its former allies, it means the Samajwadi Party, they have joined the BJP or the NDA. They have crossed over. One faction of the Apna Dal is in alliance with the AIMIM. This front, that means the parties mentioned in the previous sentence, this front and the SP Congress axis are both pivoting around a social coalition of backwards, Dalits and Muslims to counter the Hindutva consolidation behind the BJP. But similar efforts in the recent past have been largely ineffective. What does it mean? The previous sentence, two parties mentioned. Here, along with that front, this front and the SP Congress axis, the second major group, SP Congress group, here axis means the group, are both pivoting around. The first one and the second one, they are pivoting around means revolving around what? A social coalition of backward communities, Dalits and Muslims. Why are they doing that? To counter, to face the Hindutva consolidation behind the BJP. They want to counter the Hindutva consolidation behind the BJP, but contrasting word, similar efforts in the recent past have been largely ineffective. Have been again present perfect, here active voice. Many students think been means passive voice. Don't think that way. It could be active voice, it could be passive voice. Based on the sentence, you have to decide. He has been our professor, active voice. She has been our student, active voice. She has been informed, passive voice. Here it is in active voice. Now it talks about the third party. Once it was a major party and the party leader was a CM of this particular state, UP, 4 times. Which party is that? BSP. The BSP is staring at a dead end. Stare means to look at someone or something for a long time with eyes wide open. Don't stare at me. Don't stare at something, usually we say. Staring at a dead end. Dead end means no future. The party has no future. With its leaders, what could be the reason behind the BSP party is staring at a dead end means the future is bleak for that particular party. What is the reason behind? With its leaders joining other parties and its social base. Every party has a social base, the support from some communities, massively eroded. There is one important word here, erode. Here, stare means look fixedly or vacantly at someone or something with one's eyes wide open. Erode means gradually destroy or be destroyed. School level, we came across erosion, the noun form, soil erosion. But here, erode is a verb form. Usually, erode goes with, in this context, the social base. It goes with prices, it goes with confidence. Imagine a particular candidate has written a few competitive exams, could not succeed. His confidence gets eroded. And sometimes what happens, 4 or 5 exams, no success. Then the confidence touches the lowest level. Then we use one expression, we say, his confidence has touched rock bottom. To touch rock bottom means to touch the lowest point. Despite the consolidation that the BJP has achieved, again present perfect, in the last decade, UP politics remains fragmented along caste, religious and regional fault lines. If you look at UP politics, last decade, 10 years, BJP has consolidated its position. It talks about, the first point is that the BJP has achieved here despite contrasting information. Immediately you have to recollect despite of wrong. After despite we should not use a preposition of. And also in spite of should be written as 3 separate words, not 2 words. In spite of. That you have to recollect. Despite the consolidation that the BJP has achieved in the last decade, UP politics remains a fragmented. Major party, which party? The BJP. How many seats it got? 171. Another time, last time 62. It has consolidated. In spite of that, if you look at UP politics, it is fragmented, means divided into smaller parts. Why? What are the reasons behind? On what lines? Caste, religion, other factors. UP politics remains fragmented. Fragmented means divided along caste, religious and regional fault lines. Fault lines usually it goes with earthquake, tectonic plates, all that. The state also happens to be home to the most strident form of BJP politics. Strident means loud, unpleasant and rough. When it comes to the UP, BJP stands out and it is known for its strident form of politics. It talks about that. The state also happens to be home to the most strident form of BJP politics, and the party expects to make gains from the opening of the Ram temple in Ayodhya and wins more seats in the state than it did in 2019. In BJP in UP rather aggressive based on that strident form of politics. That is one thing. Not only that, because Ram temple in Ayodhya, opening of the Ram temple, they are expecting to win more seats. Based on that, the vote bank must have increased, and based on that, they and win more seats in the state than it did in 2019. How does the editorial end? The opposition needs to win a substantial number, considerable number of seats in UP to be viable as an alternative at the national level. If the opposition wants to play an important role, a viable means what? It has 2 or 3 meanings, capable of working successfully. Usually I give the meaning feasible. And here strident means loud, unpleasant and rough. The editorial ends on a particular note. What is that note? If the opposition wants to play a role at the national level, it has to win substantial number of seats in UP. Substantial means considerable number of seats. If the opposition does not win substantial number, it cannot make an impact at the national level. That's what it says. That's all about this editorial. Let us go to mini mocks. Before I start mini mocks, I would like to tell I bring questions based, sometimes more questions, sometimes only a few questions based on certain factors. But do remember, we are providing the PDF. After the session, those who are part of the Telegram group of SREEDHAR'S CCE, go to the Telegram group. If you are not part of the Telegram group, join the Telegram group of SREEDHAR'S CCE, and there we are providing the PDF. Try to access the PDF and try to look at the important questions, important words, try to revise, try to consolidate. That will help in the long run. Let us start with questions based on comprehension skill. Read the first one. What is the main focus of the editorial? Whenever you try to answer questions based on the passage, whenever you read a particular question, try to focus on keywords. What are the keywords? Main focus of the editorial. Yes, very good. Analyzing the economic situation. It has nothing to do with the economic dimension. Discussing the cultural heritage of UP. It does not talk about the cultural heritage. Exploring the educational reforms. Nowhere this has been mentioned. So what is the answer? Examining the political landscape. Same wording has been used. And upcoming elections in UP. Political landscape. We have seen that in the editorial. Whenever you see the same word, what you see in the editorial, in the passage, same word you see in the question or among the options, obviously that is the answer. Question number 2. Which party won? This is an easy one. Which party won a significant number of seats, Lok Sabha seats, from UP in both 2014, 2017, 2014 71, 2019 62? Which party? Easy to answer. See, we have provided the link. Join our Telegram channel, SREEDHAR'S CCE. The link has been provided, and try to join the Telegram group. Access the PDF. Extremely useful. Samajwad Party, Bahujan Samaj Party, Indian National Congress. BJP got 71, 14 and 62 in 19. Crystal clear, clearly mentioned in the editorial. A question like this we say, question based on explicit information, easy to answer. Question number 3. What strategy does the BJP aim to leverage in the upcoming elections in UP? Every party has a strategy at the time of elections, and what strategy does the BJP want to leverage, means use, to win elections in the state of UP? Appealing to Hindu consolidation, forming alliances with regional parties, focusing on economic reforms, promoting social welfare programs. These two haven't been mentioned. Answer should be either the first one or the second one. You got to be a little careful. It is not B. Forming alliances with regional parties? No. No, not at all. I'm waiting for your responses. What strategy does the BJP aim to leverage in the upcoming elections in Uttar Pradesh? Appealing to Hindu consolidation strategy. Forming alliances is a normal thing. Any party at the time of elections does it. That is not a strategy in the real sense. But BJP could come to power on the basis of Hindutva doctrine or philosophy, and on the consolidation of this Hindu consolidation. That is a strategy. That's why I said always look at the key words. What is a strategy? Appealing to Hindu consolidation. That's how it could come to power. Which of the following parties is not mentioned? Yes, exactly. Construction of Ram temple in Ayodhya, appealing to Hindus and promoting Hindutva doctrine. These are the strategies being used by the BJP party. Here, in the editorial, we have seen a lot of parties. A particular party has not been mentioned. Which party is that? Rashtriya Lokdal mentioned, Apna Dal Sonelal mentioned, Suhel Dev Bharatiya Samaj Party mentioned, Nowhere we have come across All India Trinamool Congress, AITE, TC. So what is the answer? B is the answer. It hasn't been mentioned. Question number 5. What is the main challenge faced by the opposition parties in Uttar Pradesh? Please focus on the key words. Main challenge faced by opposition parties in UP. Economic downturn, no relevance at all. Social unrest, there is no social unrest. Once it was there against farm laws, right now there is no social unrest. Hindu consolidation behind the BJP, hold this one. Lack of political leadership, no, they do have political leadership. What is the answer? Hindu consolidation behind the BJP. That is a major challenge the opposition going to face. Hindu consolidation, very solid consolidation behind BJP. Let us go to, these are quite challenging. Read the instructions first. Which sentence is grammatically correct? That means what? Of the 4 sentences, only 1 sentence is correct. 3 sentences, there are errors. Which is the correct sentence? She is laying on the couch reading a book. She is lying on the couch reading a book. She is laying on the couch and reading a book. She is laying on the couch while reading a book. Not easy under pressure. Here everything looks easy, but under pressure, something like this, you will definitely get confused. But if you are very good at 2 confusing verbs, lie, lay, you can answer. Let's see how you are going to answer. We'll see how many of you are going to get it right. Divya says D, okay, and Shrikant says B. Banker says D. Read carefully. Only one student has got it right so far, and that student is Shrikant. Answer is B. She is lying on the couch reading a book. What is she doing? Lying. Remember I told some time back, based on the verb VIE. Why? What is the present participle form? Vying. Here lie. What is the present participle form? Lying. And you have to know for sure 2 verbs. Lie, lay, laying. It has 2 different meanings. I will tell. Other verb, lay, laid, laid. I always tell my students, offline, online, there are 2 verbs after learning also not easy to handle. What are the 2 verbs? Lie, lay, lain, lay, laid, laid. Lie, lay, lain, irregular verb. It has 2 different meanings. One meaning to be in the horizontal position while relaxing. The other meaning to be in a particular state for a long time. This goes with the first meaning, to be in the horizontal position while relaxing. Lay, laid, laid, to put something down. It goes with foundation stone, roads, rules and regulations, eggs. Birds lay eggs, eggs, babies, things. We take something, put it down, lay, laid, laid. In this context, this is not the appropriate verb, this is not the appropriate verb. You have to consider B or D. But why D is not correct? Laying again. All the 3, one shot you can reject because of the verb form. Lie, lying. What is the correct spelling of lying? Answer is B. Not easy. Now I see Dharani also got it right. Go to the next one. Which sentence uses correct comparative form? You have learned degrees of comparison. Here, which sentence is in the correct form when it comes to comparative form? She is more smarter than him. She is smarter than him. She is smartest than him. She is smarter than he. Again, I would like to say these are very confusing under pressure. Here, you may not feel that way. But under pressure, not easy to handle. Don't get disappointed. If you cannot answer 1 or 2, it doesn't mean that you should stop responding. Sometimes you get it right, sometimes you don't get it right. Dharani is the first one to answer. Dharani says a B, but public demands D, then Murali. A lot of students have chosen B. Here, she is more smarter. When you see the word than, you should know for sure it is comparative form. But there is another pattern, regular pattern, than. And smart, smarter, smartest. Already we have used the comparative form. We cannot use one more comparative form. She is smarter than him. Hold this one. She is smartest. Smartest is a superlative form. Cannot be the answer. You have to decide between the second and the fourth. Here, no one has chosen except Tirupati Rao and Shrikant, banker also. They have got it right. There is one helping verb. What is a helping verb? Is, primary auxiliary be in the present form. And there is one important rule. What is that rule? If you have to use a pronoun after a helping verb, the pronoun should be in the subject form. Here it is in the object form. What is the subject form? He is a subject form. What is the object form? Him. After the helping verb, if you have to use a pronoun, that pronoun should be in not in object form, in subject form. Based on that, she is smarter than he. But outside, a lot of people say she is smarter than him. That's a common error. You have to remember that. This is a common, outside people use, it's a common error. You must have listened somewhere, you must have picked it up, but wrong. She is smarter than he. And I'll give another practical example so that you can remember. Now I'm busy teaching. Imagine there's a knock on the door of the studio. I say, who is that? A typical answer, it's me. Those who are good at English also say it's me. It is me. Absolutely wrong. After is, we have to use a pronoun in the subject form. So what is the correct sentence? It is I. But people make mistakes. Those you should not consider. I appreciate those who have chosen D. That's a very good question. Has been given in some competitive exams. Which sentence uses the correct form of its? Again, challenging, not that easy. It's a beautiful day outside. It's raining heavily, so take an umbrella. The cat licked its paws clean. The tree shed its leaves in the autumn. Question number 3, no one has responded. You have to mention the question number and the option. Question number 3, option A, B, C, D. Which one? Now I see Shrikant B, then Divya B, Banker B, almost all Dharani B. Let's see. It's a beautiful day. What is the correct sentence? It is a beautiful day. So that means it's wrong. We have to say it is. It is a beautiful day. Here it's, when you see this expression it's, remember it is not the possessive form. It is a short form of either it is or it has. I'll write here. When I tell students possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe, some students ask, sir, we have seen something like this in newspapers, magazines, what about this? Then I tell them this is not the possessive form. It is a short form of it apostrophe s, short form of either it is or it has. Do remember. Based on that, it is raining heavily, so take an umbrella. This seems right. Hold this. The cat licked its paws. Possessive pronoun, you cannot use an apostrophe. The tree shed its leaves. Possessive pronoun, you cannot use an apostrophe. What is the answer here? And I would like to reiterate, here it is not in the possessive form. It is not possessive pronoun. It is a short form of it is or it has. I appreciate those who have got it right. Very good. Let us go to the last set. Idioms. To sweep something under the rug means what? I have brought 3 idioms, important idioms from the exam point of view. I bring one day idioms, one day phrasal verbs. What is the reason? These are important exam topics. And in the exam, if you take banks or SSC, one shot they give 5 questions, 5 idioms, 5 phrasal verbs. If you're good at these 2, one shot you can get 5 marks. To sweep something under the rug, to clean a rug thoroughly, to hide or ignore a problem, to display a rug in the room, to trip over a rug. Trip over means to fall forward. Good. Answer, to hide or ignore a problem. You have a problem, you try to hide it, you try to conceal it, or you try to ignore that problem. Then we have to say, you are trying to sweep something under the rug. The next one, to have a chip on one's shoulder. He has a chip on his shoulder means what? To have a chip on his shoulder. To carry a snack at all times, to be angry or resentful, to own a broken piece of furniture, to hide one's emotions. Second idiom, to have a chip on one's shoulder. To be angry or resentful. Very good. I appreciate Divya, Dharani, almost all Padma, Durga, yes, Madhavi, almost all Murali Tripathra. Wonderful. That's really good. To weather the cold, weather the storm, weather the cold, you got to be careful. What does it mean? To weather the cold, to tolerate low temperatures, to enjoy winter sports, to predict upcoming cold fronts, to avoid going outside during winter. To weather the cold means, very good, public demands first one to rest. Oh, you are talking about the second one. There is a third one. No one has responded. Question number 3. To weather the cold means what? To weather the cold means to tolerate low temperatures. To tolerate low temperatures. That's what it means. Now I see public demands. A is the answer. Very good. After that, Murli also says A. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched. And do remember, I would like to repeat, I would like to reiterate, we have provided the link, SREEDHA'S CCE Telegram group. Click on the link, join the Telegram group. Every day you will get the PDF. This PDF has the editorial analysis and mini mocks, questions based on reading comprehension skill, grammar, vocabulary, based on exam topics. Imagine every day for 3 months or 4 months you get access to the PDF and you work on these questions. That habit will definitely raise your standards. And when you take the actual exam, you feel very comfortable. You will be able to answer many questions effortlessly. That's all for today. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend. Sunday, the Hindu does not publish the editorial. So tomorrow there is no editorial session. I will see you guys on Monday morning. Thank you very much.